dugsiyada Irshaad schools qiimaha iskuulada miqyaaska guud baa lagu wada qadariyaa waana qaybo dhowr oo quman oo kalaasada qaybiba ay meel tahay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Parents and students, I'm greeting you and my name is CABDIRASHIID and we are going to learn about, we are going to continue from where we stopped last time, but before we do so, we are going to remind ourselves, we are going to have some recap of what we did last time. And last time we discussed about the degrees of comparison. We saw that in English there are 3 degrees of comparison. There is positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Okay, we also saw that last time we saw that why do we need these degrees of comparison? The main reason why we need these degrees of comparison is that we need to compare and describe the qualities of a noun. The qualities of a noun. Okay, the other thing we discussed last time was that positive degrees are degrees which are it is the lowest degree, which is there is no comparison. There's only one person or thing that is not compared to another thing, which is the person. Maybe it has a person or a thing of the same kind. As I can remember, it was that way. Okay, the other thing was, the other degree was comparative. The comparative degrees, we saw that there must be two people. To compare between 2 people, we use the comparative degree. And there's this word which I told you last time, this word was than. It's normally connected to quality, and then it's used to compare between 2 people. And the last one is superlative degree, which is the highest of all degree we saw last time. It was the highest of all degree, and that was comparing between more than 2 people. More than 2 people, we are going to compare between more than 2 people. And if I can remember very well, last time I also sent you an oral exercise. I told you to just construct your own sentences using the degrees of comparison, and I gave you some examples, and we saw all those last time. Okay, but today I only have one question, and I want you to go and think of it. If I say Hargeisa is a big city, which degree of comparison is it going to come under? Is it going to be a positive degree? Is it going to be a comparative degree? Or is it going to be a superlative degree? Okay, the other sentence I'm going to construct is, if I say Hargeisa is bigger than Bur'o, if I say Hargeisa is bigger than Bur'o, which degree of comparison am I using? Is it the positive degree? Is it the comparative degree? Or is it the superlative degree? The other question I'm going to ask you, the other oral question I want you to think of it is, if I say that Hargeisa is the biggest city in Somaliland, which degree of comparison does it comes under? Okay, if you continue thinking about it, you're going to remember. If you try to think and answer those questions, then you are on the right track. And then we shall continue with our lesson of today, because we are already through with the recap. And our today's lesson begins. We are going to learn about the formation. As last time I told you, we are going to, this lesson we're going to talk about the formation of the degrees of comparison. How are the degrees of comparison formed? We are going to see together. Okay, there's a question, how to form degrees of comparison? Okay, there's this word here. I want to tell you the meaning of syllable. Syllables, maybe you have not been taught yet, but a syllable is an English word. That means it's units of pronunciation. It's the number of letters. It's the number of vowel sounds which are in the word. In a word, the number of vowel sounds which are in a word. If the word has one vowel sound, that's the word has one symbol. If it has 2 vowel sound, it has 2 symbols. So they are the units of pronunciation in a word. Okay, now let's see the first rule of how to form degrees of comparison. It says single syllable. That means one syllable, adjectives, words, and some. You see this word? You have to underline it. And some, I insist you have to underline this word because it's very important. And some few adjectives of 2 syllables. Just few. Not a lot, just few adjectives of two syllables form their comparative and superlative degree by adding er, which is pronounced as a, and est, which is pronounced as est, to the positive degree respectively. Now let's look at this table here. The positive, comparative, and superlative. Those are the degrees of comparison. The first word we see is it has a vowel sound, not a vowel letter. It is a vowel sound O. This is slow, slow. That slow, it's going to be, you have to add ER because it has only one syllable, O. That's going to be slower. The other superlative is going to be slowest. This one is tall. Normally people may say tall. No, it's not pronounced this way. It's pronounced tall. Because an O, maybe sometimes we say L, and if an A follows a L, it's pronounced as O, like tall. This one is going to become taller because there's one vowel sound there, and this superlative form is going to become tallest. High has an I sound there, which is going to be, because it has one syllable, high, I, high. It's going to become higher, and the last superlative is going to be highest. Deep, same as this one, but these two E, if they follow each other, it's pronounced as E, not, it's pronounced as, not A, it's pronounced as E. So that means it's one I. It's one I there. So it's going to be deep, deeper, deepest. So don't say there are two vowel sound there. There are two vowel letters there, which is same, but it's pronounced, it has one vowel sound, which is E there. Okay, try to do this one. Short, what's going to be its form in comparative and superlative, you're going to do it by your own. That's the reason why I skipped this. And take notes. You have to write this, all these things I'm trying to explain here, together with the last one. I suppose you have written the notes. You have taken them, you have written them down on your books. Now let's go to the other slide. The other slide is the second rule. The second rule here is in some one syllables, one syllable, adjectives in some one syllable adjectives, the last consonant is doubled. Consonants, and I think you know what consonant means. Consonants is doubled, and ER and EST, which is A and EST, are added to form the comparative and superlative respectively. That means A for comparative, EST for superlative. For example, this word is an N. This word ends with an N. That means the N, you're going to double it. You're going to double the consonant at the end. It's going to be thinner, and for the superlative, it's going to be, you're going to add EST, which is going to be thinnest. For this one, it ends with it's one syllable, as you can see, it's O, ho. That's one syllable, which is ending with T, a consonant, is going to be hot, hotter, hottest. The other one is fat, A, there's A vowel sound there. Fat, fat, fatter, fattest. This one is E, there's an E sound. B, big, bigger, biggest. All these words I'm reading, they are one syllable adjective words, which ends with their last they have the last consonant, which are in both comparative and superlative, they are doubled. As you can see, this is N, double N, like this. Okay, now to this one, mad and sad, you're supposed to do the same as I did for the other ones. So just do it by your own. The third rule is that adjectives which end in Y and Y follows a consonant. This Y must be followed by a consonant. This Y must come after a consonant word, after a consonant letter. For example, for their comparative and superlative degree, by changing Y into I, you're going to change the Y into I, because normally Y is a vowel sound. It's recognized as a vowel sound. I, it's E. For example, lazy, E. It's recognized as a vowel sound, this one. Okay, although it is a consonant. Okay. And adding, you have after you change or replace Y to I, you're going to add A or EST, which is est, to the positive form. Now look at this. This is, you can, if you pronounce it, it's going to be dry. You see, Y is pronounced as I. So it's going to be drier. Remove the Y, replace it with I. It's going to be drier, driest. This one is easy. It's going to be easier, easiest in superlative. This one is going to be heavy, It has two syllable word. This one has two syllable word. It has he and v, which is e. Here there is a, and this is v, which is heavy, heavier, heaviest. The other one is naughty. It has two vowel, which is not and t. No t. It has two syllable because it has two vowel sound. Don't think that it has. You can, if you can't, yeah, you don't misunderstand it as the vowel letters. Okay, this is not, naughtier, naughtiest. For the rest, you're going to do it for your own. I think you have understood the way I'm trying to replace the y. I'm going to change it to I, like this one. It was dry. I remove the y. I replace it with an I, and then I add er for the comparative. And this is y. I remove the y. I replace it with I, and I added est. Thank you so much for your listening and your time. And I hope you have understood the lesson. And we shall see each other in the next lesson, inshallah, if Allah allows. Thank you so much.
dugsiyada Irshaad schools qiimaha iskuulada miqyaaska guud baa lagu wada qadariyaa waana qaybo dhowr oo quman oo kalaasada qaybiba ay meel tahay